about someone else. It is not those other people. It is about each and every one of us. And what better than the medium of cinema to be able to portray that, because that's what you come to a cinema hall for, to see stories.
Without Shepherds, which is the feature, that's an effort to look at 6 people's very, very committed energy towards making a big difference in their own community, whether that's their family, whether that's their region, whether that's their country at large.
Film does not provide solutions. It just makes you question things, see things, and I think the most important thing is to acknowledge certain things that's happening in society.
Man may look tough physically from outside, but man is weaker, I think, because first they cry in their mother's lap, then they cry in wife's embrace, and then they don't mind crying at their daughter's shoulder, I think.
I think that when it comes to the set of films that we saw just before the panel, which have to do with gender and sexuality, the question of sort of where do we go from here is much more complicated, because on the one hand I think all of the films want to suggest that we have to pay attention to the economic underpinnings of gender inequality within the family and ways in which those contribute to other social and cultural forms of inequality.
We do really need to think about, when people are going into and migrating into doing sex work, the kinds of things as a consequence of, Luna was saying earlier, as a consequence of economic pressures, what does that lend itself towards?
There wasn't enough sex in it. In fact, just to tell you how it was sold in India, in a theatre in Bhopal, and I have it from a journalist. When the censor certificate came and it said A, that is for adults, cheers went up. And by the time the interval came, a certain section of the audience left. And what you're watching is the non-censored version.
It's really difficult to make films in India, especially with the female protagonist. Immediately your budget is cut down by, say, 40% or 50%.
We in Pakistan are constantly mystified. Why are we located between 2 countries which have some of the most vibrant cinema sectors of the world? India on the left or the right of us, and Iran, of all places, Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, which produces some outstanding cinema. And our cinema has been declining continuously for the last 20 years.
For me, feminism, I've been hailed as a kind of feminist messiah, especially after Paroma. But for me, feminism is very much an integral part of humanism. I would actually sympathize with, women's conditions in the same way that, for instance, I would be very vocal about the conditions of tribals in our country.
I think in Pakistan you can actually pretty much say anything you want as long as you say it smart. If you rock the boat overtly and you like Jhanda Lehrana, if you just go and shout it out, then of course you'll be banned, or there's a way to say controversial things like the Iranians do, and make your point and change mindsets as well by making characters like these, for example, humane, endearing, human.
I've always felt like an outsider, and the kind of work that I do, I think I've always been kind of on the periphery of the Hindi film industry, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with having that tag or whatever.